Why is it that we hike this trail? What draws us to this, to put our bodies through this physically and mentally?
That's a great question. I think about that a lot, and there's many facets, I think, to why we do it. Surely people can understand why we want to do it from a sheer beauty standpoint. I mean, it's just, the Sierras are magnificent, and the amount of lakes and rivers and just the beauty, that's the draw in itself. But to do a 20-day, 270-mile trek, being away from your family and just eating dehydrated food night after night, why do you do that? Part of it is the challenge. Can I do it?
I did it back in 2013, and it was it's still one of the most memorable hikes I ever did, and one of the best. So why do it again? I mean, there's just something about that trail and that terrain. Sometimes it feels like just a daily grind, and then other times, you just have to pinch yourself and say, wow, I'm actually doing this, and I get to do this every day. It's one of the best trails in the whole world, and people come from all over the world to hike this one trail.
The emotional roller coaster was incredible. Psyched myself out a couple times, in the morning you're like, okay, this is what we got ahead of us, and sometimes it was just like, please don't tell me. Just let it happen. It can wear on you psychologically, and kind of question your ability, but once you get on that incline, it just your body just takes over, and you just go. You do it. There's no other way to go. Just forward.
Here's our 2 MTR buckets, our 2 Reds Meadow buckets, and then my starting food right there. So lots of food, lots of prep. Took me probably 5 days to get all that together, including all my food repackaging and getting everybody's stuff in the mail, and then packing the buckets and printing out the labels. Lots of logistics. All right, so we are on our way into Yosemite right now. I'm gonna stash my Jeep here. It's gonna be here pretty much for a full month, because we're leaving in a week, and then we're taking 3 weeks to hike. So driving into Yosemite right now, leaving the Jeep. Randy's in front of me, and then I'll get in his car, and then we're going to circle through Tuolumne and over to the Eastern Sierra, and go in over Kearsarge Pass tonight and tomorrow, and stash our food at the ranger station at Charlotte Lake. So we're setting up for the hike, and leaving in exactly a week from today. So a lot of prep involved with this damn hike, a lot of logistics, a lot of setting up. We will be walking out right here in about 4 weeks from now.
It says 211, but because we're starting further south of Whitney, add at least 40 to that, I think.
Yeah, I think we're
30 to 40.
We're around 260, somewhere in there, because we're starting from Horseshoe.
We got this. We got this.
I'm gonna miss you. See you in 3 weeks.
Okay.
Can I have a kiss? Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
But a lot of people think of doing a trip like this, the physical aspects of it, but it's mental. And I have 3 kids, but they're all out of the house, and I can empathize with John. His are still at home, and
I think the toughest part of doing a hike like this is being away from my wife and my kids.
3 weeks is a long time.
Love you.
Love you.
See you in 3 weeks.
Okay.
Be back with our Jeep. All right, this is it. Cottonwood Lakes Trailhead. We are officially starting this thing, finally.
Pack seems heavy.
It's the heaviest.
Must be all the camera gear I'm carrying for you, John.
Starting one of the best trails that you can do in the whole world. I mean, all of us have perma smile on our faces.
I thought it was going to kind of be a piece of cake. Physically, I know I was prepared. And we were just on such a high to be starting, and very little smoke.
We watched the smoke reports and everything through the following week until the start date, and it just never cleared out. And we got up there the night before start at Horseshoe, and it was still smoky, and you're just thinking, man, if this doesn't clear out, how's that going to play out? You know, a week into the hike, are you going to get sick of it? Is it even worth doing the hike if you can't see the scenery? So there was very kind of reserved excitement, I would say. We were excited to be there finally and starting, but there was also this kind of like, man, how's this going to go, you know? And
Just the first day jitters of just tremendous excitement, and let's get this thing going.
all right, there is Army Pass. Cottonwood Lake 4 in the foreground. Awesome hike today. Couldn't ask for a better starting day for this trek. All right, we're making our way up Old Army Pass here. It's a climb. But I mean, look at that view climbing this thing. That is one hell of a view right there for a first day out. Can't beat this start today. We're gonna get up into these ledges, these boulders up here, and skirt our way across over to the pass, which I think is in the notch right in here.
Wow, where do you start? The Alpenglow, the beautiful mountains, the beautiful lake, the beautiful meadow. And it's only day one, man! It's only day freaking one! Oh my god. Paradise. Paradise.
That's why we do this, right?
Yeah.
That's why we hike, man.
Exactly why we do it.
There's our first look at Whitney as we drop into Lower Crabtree. Our final camp destination should be Upper Crabtree tonight. So we're gonna wake up early, probably about 4 o'clock, and hit the trail and summit Whitney. It's a full, I think about, I want to say 14, 15 miles to get up to the top and back. So anyway, that's a wrap for day 2, and we haven't even started this thing yet. Crazy helicopter action.
I could hear that helicopter coming, and I thought, that's not good. It's never good, right?
I was talking to those guys. They were on the summit with that guy.
Okay.
He passed them swimming at Guitar Lake. He brought an oxygen tank, but he didn't use it.
spooky last night with that helicopter landing, but it just, you know, goes to show that Whitney is not easy. This is our third day now, and everything it takes just to get to the summit, to start the JMT, you know, is just, there's a lot. There's a lot to it. But anyway, making our way up, just passing Timberline right now. Probably eat some breakfast at Guitar Lake and hit the switchbacks on up, but trip's been great so far. Anyway, see you guys at the top of Whitney. This is all the base of Mount Whitney, and we're heading back over here, and we'll switch back up and then take the crest across to the summit. Awesome trip. I mean, this is going to be my 11th time on top of Mount Whitney. Probably my 5th or 6th time from this side. And it never gets old. This fiend right here never gets old. We're right around the 12,750 foot mark, and that's where the atmospheric pressure changes pretty significantly. Oxygen's about around 50% of what it is at sea level. So it gets a little tough to breathe at times, especially when you're going up. Anyway, see you on top of Whitney. Made it, buddy.
Love it, man. Here we are.
Starting the JMT.
Keep forgetting about that, man. Been on trail a couple days and you lose track that this is really the official start of GMT.
Freaking awesome up here. It's like its own little world up here. Really cool. Glad to share it with both of you. Having a good time.
Same here, brother. Well, what do you say, guys? We go and start this trek
Yep.
officially.
Start the JMT.
We have officially started the John Muir Trail. We're heading down off of Whitney, back to camp at Crabtree. Feeling great. Just have no words. There was this reoccurring thing every day where the smoke would come in around noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon and then just be there until night, and then you'd wake up in the morning and it was gone in the morning. So we were anticipating the smoke coming back, but from that day forward all the way until the last day of the hike, the smoke never returned.
And that first day we had a little bit of smoke, and then it cleared up. For the most part there was like no smoke, and it was really quite enjoyable. So we hit a perfect window of opportunity to be in the Sierra. We laugh a lot, we cry a lot, we like to fish. We all kind of have the same level of skill set as well as expectations, what we want out of the trip. And so it's fun to be on the trail with these guys.
It's kind of off my own little fairyland down there. Little goblins running around the trail.
With these guys, it's just a constant camaraderie out there. It is about us three hiking, and that's what I love about hiking with these guys. Great couple guys to be with on the trail for that long.
Coming off Whitney, after that high, it was kind of like, oh my God, we still got 18 days to go. And I think that's where it hit.
Welcome to one of my favorite spots in the Sierra.
I can see why. This is for cranking, man. Cranking.
Right.
Life is good, baby. Woo! Today was epic Sierra Day. Getting up to Bighorn Plateau was just beautiful, and you got 360 beautiful, and then we went up the little hill and got 360 more beautiful, and then we went over to the other side of the lake and got 360 more beautiful. It was awesome. And then the groves of trees were just beautiful. The caramel bark was just calling out to you. It just, look at me, see me. These trees were alive. They were very cool. And then to find this campsite, that's why I'm out here for this right here.
Days in the Sierra along the JMT just don't get better than today. The journey from Lower Crabtree over to Wallace and all those forests with the bristlecone pine, and then getting up to Bighorn. I mean, that's why it's my top 3 on the JMT. Unbelievable views, 360 all the way around. And then to end up at a campsite like this is just unbelievable. I'm out of words, and it's only day 4. Right, we are making our way up and out of Tyndall toward Forester, just about to enter into Forester Basin. But as you look back, I mean, God, the Tyndall Basin drainage is just awesome with the Kauias and Great Western Divide. Another spectacular morning. All right, we are sitting at about 12,260 feet. Took a little break. There's Forrester still, another 1,000 feet higher. We're pretty much higher in elevation right now than every single pass we have left. Mather, Glen, Muir, Pinchot. So kind of puts it in perspective how high Forrester really is at 13.2. We have reached the base wall of Forrester. Time to climb. He was only 18 years old, I guess, according to this, and died somewhere along here, helping make this trail go over Forrester Pass. And there's some tools left over. Such wonderful trail work, but thank you for the sacrifice for constructing this awesome trail. This is how they trail build, guys. This is why we appreciate you guys and all the hard work you do, man. Some amazing trail work through this whole trail. Brute force. Brute force, that's how these trails are made. Thank you, brother, appreciate it. Oh yeah. Woo! All right, cresting over Forrester, entering into Kings Canyon. Kings Canyon is by far my favorite national park. You know, most national parks you can drive into, they're fairly easily accessible. Kings Canyon's not, and if you really want to see the cream of Kings Canyon, you got to put some foot miles in. This doesn't suck. The headwaters of Bubbs Creek right here, coming down off of Forrester. Man, what a high point. Unbelievable. How do you describe something like that right there? Another awesome day. Fifth day is rocking. Awesome to be back in tree line, back in the forest, walking down along Bubbs Creek. A lot of different kinds of terrain today. You know, we went up over Forester at 13.2, and I think we're below 10,000 feet now, and just gonna enjoy the forest walk into camp. In my opinion, is some of the best scenery along the whole trail, and most people that are going southbound are running through it to get to the finish line at Whitney and just end the hike. And we were fortunate enough again to go northbound and just kind of take our time. Hi, buddy. What you doing?
That beautiful golden out of Bub's Creek.
We have started our climb out of Vedette Meadow. We've got a long way to go. I think Vedette Meadow is just above 9,000 feet, and Glen is just over 12,000 feet. What a view though, as we're climbing out already. Pretty tough day ahead, you know, adding the weight of the resupply plus all the climbing we got to do. We'll get her done though. It's part of hiking this trail. So, what do you guys feel about this resupply?
Speechless.
It got really heavy.
It got really heavy on
And we got to go uphill right out of the gate.
We have to go all the way to the top of Glen and drop 2,000 feet off of Glen.
Yeah.
As I pan out, you can get a pretty good scale of how the climb up to Glen Pass is. It's not that bad though. From here, at the lake, at the base of the wall, it takes about 45 minutes.
Yeah, they're going up to 6th Duration.
Just a beautiful spot right below the pass here. Look at that. Wow. Wasn't a bad climb.
No. Twice in a year? Pretty fucking lucky guy, aren't I?
So they closed down the forest, and now we're in the back country. We had the place to ourselves. It was just uncanny, our timing.
We got lucky. We were kind of grandfathered in with our start date and the closure of it. We had started literally 4 days before the closure date. So anybody from the closure date on could not enter the forest. And if you left the forest, you couldn't go back in. Well, we were already in it. And the trail was just ours. There was nobody there. The smoke was clear. The scenery was as beautiful as ever. We had this beautiful scenery basically all to ourselves. I mean, there was a couple days in there where we only saw less than 4 or 5 people. And that is unheard of in August on the John Muir Trail.
you know, the JMT is a popular trail, and there are a lot of people that do it. And because of the forest closure, we didn't have to contend with the crowds, and it really was special. We were very fortunate.
Yeah, buddy. This ain't fishing, this is catching.
On cue, baby, on cue. Dang.
What a wonderful morning.
So, we like to fish. Boy, do we like to fish. I mean, we caught collectively during the whole trip hundreds. I mean, I can't count. There was, I think just at Ray Lakes alone one morning between the three of us, we caught between 40 and 50 fish. So when I say hundreds, I mean hundreds of fish during the length of the trip.
3 of us, over 20 days, we caught upwards of 400 fish, and that ain't no lie. There were some days we'd be at one lake and we'd get 50 fish.
That's one of the things that we actually enjoy the most about hiking in the Sierra is the fishing and you know, getting to camp early, getting set up, and just going and fishing and having a good time with the guys.
All 3 of us love to fish, and so as we're hiking throughout the day, we come across a lake or a stream, we got to cast a line in there, and that was our entertainment.
To be out in the middle of the Sierra and do it with good friends, and you're in the backcountry and just pulling them in, pulling these awesome fish in. You know, Randy and I got the Grand Slam.
He's got one. He's got one.
Damn, these things got some fight. What's this guy? This guy looks like a golden. Or a rainbow. Is that a rainbow? No way, dude. That's a rainbow. I just caught a rainbow. So that means I just caught the frickin' Sierra Slam, dude. Because I caught the Brooks and the Goldens in Kings Canyon. I caught a brown here earlier and now a rainbow right here.
Nice, dude.
Frickin' Sierra Slam, baby.
Woo!
Yeah, look at this guy. Look at the browns on these guys. Bring them in. See if you get the slam. That is a rainbow, buddy. Nice. Congrats, buddy. You got the slam.
Of course, we had some big ones here and there. I think Marie Lake, we pulled some big browns out. I had the biggest brown of the hike was at Cathedral.
Holy shit, dude. That is huge.
Oh man, that thing is huge.
The scenery that's surrounding you and pulling out California Goldens. If you're into fishing, it's one of the best places you can experience fishing at its finest. All right, we are making our way up from Woods Creek Bridge toward Pinchot Pass. There's the Ray Lakes drainage that we dropped out of this morning. Waking up at Middle Ray Lake this morning with the sun coming up on Fin Dome, and you know, walking through the meadows below Arrowhead Lake and Dollar Lake, and then the vistas below Dollar Lake all the way down to Woods Creek. What a glorious morning. I mean, it was some of the best scenery you can get. But looking forward to this stretch. Haven't been on this section of trail in about 9 years.
And someone turned the heat on. It's toasty out.
Time to climb, baby.
Hardest day for me was working our way up Pinchot Pass. It was a long day, a lot of miles, and it got hot. Once you got from Woods Creek Bridge starting the ascent, the sun was beating down on us. You know, that between that 3 and 4 o'clock hour, it gets really hot, and I hit the wall.
This is by far the tiredest I've been on this trip. Even compared to Whitney, going up Whitney, this was a grind coming up from Woods Bridge.
Woods Creek is phenomenally beautiful. More beautiful than I remember it being 9 years ago when I did this section, but man, is it hard. And it just gets harder when you get to the switchbacks and the trees when you leave the creek. We're basically right here at Sawmill Pass Junction. We got to the Sawmill Junction and I was just done. I felt like I I'd had enough at that point. We were trying to get over Pincho that day, but it just wasn't going to happen.
All right, we just passed the Sawmill Junction, and up around the left there is Sawmill Pass, about 3 miles. And I'm gonna dedicate this climb today to a guy named Newt. I never met him, but I know his wife, Suzanne, really well, and that was his favorite pass.
My name is Suzanne Towery Peroy, and I was married to Newt Peroy. He was a wonderful man. He was on search and rescue for 28 years, volunteered all his time on rescue and helped out with numerous call-outs, missing hikers, downed aircraft, you name it, he was involved. He was captain. That's how we met. I was on the team. And unfortunately, he died of glioblastoma brain cancer in 2019. But the John Muir Trail was a dream of his. He always wanted to do it, but unfortunately, we just never got that chance. So now my son Joseph and I are going to hike it in his honor. He always wanted to do this hike, but the seizures and the balance issues and all of that were just making it impossible. So we clicked on YouTube one day and we found John Amorosano's Range of Light video, and it was the most amazing video, and it just engaged us. And Newt would watch that video literally like every week because it kept him inspired to come out here and to keep fighting so that he could do this trail. It just really kept him going at a time when he was at his lowest low and, you know, just suffering from that brain cancer. But being able to see it on video and kind of live vicariously through John, it helped him so much and got us through 2.5 years of really, really hard cancer treatment and illness. So we're so grateful for that video.
My uncle passed about a decade ago, and it was kind of a long-term process of him passing, and we had a lot of conversations. And one of the last things he said to me while he was coherent was, if you have an opportunity to do something, go for it, because it may never come your way again. And you know, that stuff sticks with you.
So I'm dedicating today and the climb up to Pinchpo to Newt. Let's finish this. Another spectacular camp tonight above Twin Lakes. Well, we didn't make it over Pincho yesterday because Woods Creek just kicked our asses. But we're getting an early start today, 7:30, and we're going to go for Pincho and Mather today and try to get to camp at Palisade Lakes. So here we go, time to put in some miles. Kind of hard to make miles when you know, the landscape is this beautiful. It's one of those mornings just can't keep the camera away. Yeah, look at that.
Oh my God.
Right?
It's hard giving that up right there, but holy cow.
But when you got this,
Woo-hoo!
crossing the, I believe it's the South Fork of the Kings River heading up into Upper Basin, and Mather Pass is way out there in the distance. But just, I mean, look at that view. You can't beat that.
No, you really can't.
This is etched in my memory from the last time I did it 9 years ago. I remember this stretch, and that's why. Woo! All right, there is Mather Pass. Making our way into Upper Basin. What a view.
The challenge of doing a hike this large, this magnitude is, I think that's what draws a lot of avid hikers, is just being out there, surviving and dealing with the everyday challenge of just, you know, being outdoors and away from your comfort zone at home and just making it happen. You got to make it happen day after day for 3 weeks. So that challenge is definitely a draw for me.
I like to push myself to get out of my comfort zone, to take on that challenge. This may sound weird, but when I'm out there doing it, I feel alive.
Two in one day, brother. Good job, man.
2 in 1 day.
That's the first time I've ever done 2 passes in one day.
Me too.
Something tells me that'll be my plan.
It'll probably won't happen again. Okay, Pincho Pass is down in that low spot. We started on the other side of that ridge basically this morning and came all the way down through Marjorie, down into the South Fork of the Kings River, and then climbed up through Upper Basin, and then all the way up this. And now we're standing on top of Mather, and we still have to go 3 miles down to Palisade Lakes to camp. All right, we're leaving the Palisade Lakes area, heading toward the Golden Staircase, LeConte Canyon, Grouse Meadow, more beauty. How awesome is that? All right, there's the guys going down the Golden Staircase, which I believe was one of the last parts of the trail, if not the last, constructed for the entire John Muir Trail.
When I did it in 2013, it didn't really, I don't remember it sticking out to me very much, but I was very surprised at the section between Grouse Meadow and the Golden Staircase. I could not put the camera away that day. I just kept snapping pictures and shooting video. I guess it was just that magic elevation where the trees were starting to turn colors. It was just one of the best sections that really stuck out to me, that impressed me and surprised me.
To drop down into this beautiful forest with these wonderful pine trees and aspens and the sound of a river, nice freeway of a dirt trail. It's good to spend a day at this lower elevation. You know, it's that's the beauty of the JMT. You get this diverse terrain, and you get the highs, but then you're down next to a babbling stream, and the aspen leaves kind of bristling and making noise. It's just, it's lovely. Life is good, man.
I wasn't really gonna put this in the video or bring it up or anything, but you know, when you're out here for 3 weeks, you know, stuff happens outside in the wilderness of the wilderness, and you know, it's just part of the trail. When you get some bad news, and one of my aunts passed away in a car accident on Wednesday, and turned on my inReach this morning just to check in, and got the news. So just thought I should share it, you know, because hiking this trail isn't just all, you know, perfect days, beautiful scenery, paradise, the world's perfect, you know. It's stuff still happens while you're out here. She was the wife of my uncle who passed away just this past January, my Uncle Randy. I was really close to my uncle. I got to take him on the Ray Lakes Loop a couple years back, so I'm glad that I got that done. Dedicating this Golden Staircase day to my Uncle Randy and his wife, PY. Hope you guys rest in peace together.
was amazed at these beautiful meadows. Grouse Meadow, we stopped and we did some fishing with a bunch of goldens in there, and that was just a picturesque little stream with the mountains in the meadow, just gorgeous. And then we worked our way up and we got to a ranger station, and we were going to set up our tent there, but it just wasn't what we were expecting. And John's like, if we can go a mile or two further, we'll get to Little Pete Meadow. And you know, it's the end of the day, we're a little hot, we're tired, and Greg and I look at each other, all right, this is not 5-star, we're used to 5-star. So we worked our way up to Little Pete Meadow, and John had said that possibly would be other people there, but we could share it. We got there, we were the only ones there.
Did Johnny 5-star come through again?
5-star come through again, and we got it all to ourselves.
I was walking up seeing this meadow going, oh my god, I hope so, this is it.
Dude, no risk, no reward.
You gotta put in the effort.
You gotta put in the effort if you want a 5-star.
This is so much better, baby.
Right?
Oh my god.
And we got
it alone.
Great fishing too out there.
Did you show them the meadow already?
I haven't.
Oh my god.
It just doesn't stop. I love this meadow. I love camping here, and we got so lucky to get here tonight and nobody was here. And I'll take you up into camp.
Secluded in the trees, and then right on the perimeter of this meadow, again with a nice stream, beautiful scenery, and then this deer that, you know, was just right there. I mean, he came into our camp. He's looking at us and we're backing up. He just kept wanting to see what we were up to. But I don't remember that stretch from 5 years ago, and I was amazed at just how beautiful it was. And I guess that's why you do some of these hikes multiple times, because you miss things.
You know, we always kind of keep tabs on the other two guys in terms of how they're dealing with that day mentally, and just kind of, you know, push each other to keep going and keep a positive attitude.
We worked good as a team. I think we all kind of supported each other without even saying anything. It was just like we knew when someone was struggling.
What's ailing you?
My stomach's all kind of messed up, I think, from all this food and missing home, missing my kids. You know, missing my grandson. I have a good life at home. It's hard to be away this long.
Look at that right behind you. So yeah, like what Greg said, you know, it just, doing a hike for this long, you start really missing the ones you love. And you know, I got 3 kids and a wife that I love very much, and you know, after hearing the news that I heard this morning like that, it just makes you start missing the ones you love even more. So even while surrounded with all this beauty, but my wife said, you know, keep pressing on and have fun and get her done. So that's what I'm gonna do. What a bummer. I have to keep hiking through this stuff, right? Good morning from Little Pete Meadow in LeConte Canyon. Look at those granite walls towering above this meadow with the creek running through it. Campsites don't get much better. But we're only halfway through the trip, so. All right, we're leaving our camp at Little Pete Meadow. Look at this as I pan out the view back down toward LeConte. Another spectacular morning.
All right, we are climbing out of Upper LeConte Canyon, making our way up to Muir Pass and ultimately to Evolution Lake. Great day in store. A little bit of a climb this morning, but it's all downhill the second half through an awesome basin called Evolution Basin. Stay tuned. That's what we're hiking. Let's go take a look.
I'm assuming what Colby Meadow and Colby Pass are named after. William Colby. And the man himself, John Muir. Awesome. The stonework in here is phenomenal. And this window points right out over Evolution Basin. Look at that.
You know, if there was fish in here and I can catch one, I'd call it a fish called Wanda. All right, we have made it to Wanda Lake, named after one of John Muir's daughters. And Helen Lake on the other side was named after another one of his daughters. So that's how these two lakes on each side of Muir Pass got their names.
Coming down from Muir Hut was just awesome, man. You had Helen Lake, Wanda Lake, Sapphire, and then Evolution. And you're going downhill and just, again, just this cliff. It just, that whole area is spectacular.
Pretty significant day today. It's our last high pass, our last Kings Canyon high basin, you know, over 11,000 feet. When we get to camp tonight at Evolution Lake, it's going to be pretty much the halfway point for us in terms of time and miles. And then, you know, to have a kind of day like that with just
hiking down through Evolution. It's one of the best out of all of them.
I got something to say. We're walking down this beautiful trail. We've been having so much fun all this way. I started thinking about camping, and we might get into camp a little late. But I can tell you what, if you saw everything that Johnny just shot from Muir Hut down here, he could fill up a huge memory bank. It's just so much beauty.
Our last Kings Canyon High Basin, dude.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Right?
Well, I better take some more photos.
Because we haven't taken enough. Well, this is our Evolution Lake camp. It just, I keep saying this, it just doesn't get better, but man, it seems like every night is just a new experience in camping, unique spot. I mean, look at this. What a landscape. All right, we just left camp at Evolution Lake about 5 minutes ago. Here's our view down through Evolution Valley. We'll be walking through McClure Meadow and get down into Goddard Canyon and make our way into MTR for our second resupply. What do you think about that, buddy? You ready?
That's awesome. Ready for some different food. The same food, but different food, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
The same different food or something like that. Reverse that.
Yeah. This is what we're looking at as we drop down into McClure Meadow. God, what a beautiful morning. We've already done over 3 miles, and once we hit the valley floor down here in Evolution Valley, we're just making it up because we have 16 to do today total, and MTR closes at 5. So we got to get there, taking advantage of this 7 to 8 mile kind of semi-flat forest walking and just jamming. But it's hard to do when you got beauty like that and you want to stop and take pictures all the time, but we'll make it happen. McClure Meadow, look at that. So beautiful. My God. Days like today are just refreshing. It's all downhill, just rolling the miles, beautiful scenery, the forest walking through Evolution Valley this morning with the meadows, and I mean, the peaks lighting up in the morning hours was awesome. The Cascades at the foot of the valley, and then you come out and you get views like that down Goddard Canyon. I mean, we are making our way down out of Evolution Valley and down into Goddard Canyon. We got about another 7 miles down through Goddard Canyon right there all the way to MTR. We are rolling fast today. There's one bucket. Right on.
Yeah, we have this supplies. Oh, yeah.
Greg needs some socks.
Yeah, you have to go get
We
it
got
anyway.
things
I mean,
charging
I
over
think
here.
And then who's checking where you have been. Yeah.
Kind of cool to be here.
That's at least they have for that.
We're just getting our 2 buckets and resupplying and charging up.
One of them wasn't paid, so
Okay.
y'all can do that here. You can take cash or card.
I got a card for you. All right, we are crossing the San Joaquin River from Muir Trail Ranch, and we're gonna camp over on the other side next to the hot springs, because that's the way we like it. Damn, forgot what that felt like. Oh my goodness. After that. This is so golden. Says 30, let's just call it 33, so 36.
36.
36 with water, everything. See, I'm at 32, so 35.
Psychologically, I don't know if this is the right decision.
Yeah, well, you pack frickin' steaks and 37, so he's at 40.
Wait for yesterday.
What the?
Well, I didn't have the water in yesterday. What do I got in there?
It's your food, man. Your food's ridiculous.
It's all those new socks you just bought.
Man, it's an ass kicker. Climbing out of MTR towards Selden Pass with full resupply. Great views though. But yeah, you're not climbing any of the high passes, but still a 3,000 foot climb, and at the lower altitudes you got hotter temps, so it's pretty brutal. But payoff will be camping at Marie Lake tonight, so.
One particular afternoon, in fact, it was coming up Selden Pass, and my wife has told me multiple times, don't get dehydrated, drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. And that stretch, again, it was late afternoon, 3 to 4 o'clock, it was really hot, and I kept hearing her voice, you know, drink some water, you're getting dehydrated, drink some water.
All right, we have made it to Heart Lake. There is Selden Pass right there above the guys. We're almost there.
Well, we left MTR. My pack was 40 pounds. We slogged, what, 7 miles, I think, in the sun, exhausted, and came over that pass, and just everything just, pack got lighter. Everything just freaking went blank except for that view.
All right, this is it. Let's go take a look at Marie Lake from Selden Pass. It's one of my top 3 lakes on the whole trail. And I'll show you why right now. To me, coming over a pass like Selden Pass and seeing the scenery laid before you at Marie Lake, I mean, you have to share that with somebody. To me, it's just not the same. It's still as beautiful,
But when you can't look over to a buddy that's hiking it with you and seeing it for the first time and seeing the look on their face, there's nothing like that.
You know, I'd be slogging up a hill going, what the hell am I doing here? And then an hour later, you're elated and, okay, what's next?
Such a spectacular lake.
Damn. He's got some fight in him. I didn't know Brooks can get that big. I mean, it might be a brown.
Look at that. We each got a fish dinner tonight now. Sweet. Awesome.
Look at that.
And here we have Johnny cooking up some trout fillets. Browns?
Browns. Yes, sir.
A little garlic inside.
A little olive oil.
Olive oil. Smells good. It's a great day of fishing.
Yeah, missing family. You know, days are weird out here. It's like, you're like counting days, counting down days, then how many days we've been, and it just kind of gets all kind of weird. And, but, you know, like we've said before, you know, we're going to be home for 2 weeks and we're going to be wish we were back here. So yesterday, I'll tell you, talking about emotional coming over that pass, that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And you realize why you're here. I mean, you want to see beautiful things out here, you got to work for them. And not many people are fortunate enough to be able to do this, find the time, physical ability. Very fortunate. And glad to share it with you and Randy.
Highlight of the trip so far, in my opinion. And there's been a lot of highlights. That just tells you how beautiful this place is. It's kind of a grunt getting up it, but man, you crest over and you see this beauty and whew, you're in paradise. I had kind of an odd experience coming up Selden Pass there. I felt like my wife's presence with me. I was really missing her, and it was beautiful. I just didn't get to take it all in because I was thinking about her. And we're all pretty fortunate that we have loved ones at home that allow us to do this, that encourage us to do this. But it's hard, especially on a long trip like this, because you miss them a lot. And you know, I know all of us that sit in our tent and think about our kids and our spouses and just how fortunate we are.
Days are just kind of rolling by now. To be honest with you, this northern half of the trail that we're about to hit is kind of monotonous. Things are just becoming routine at this point. I think we're on our 13th day. I mean, it's beautiful, but we're all starting to miss family. We're all, it's not, it's just, I don't want to say it gets old, because it's a privilege to be able to do this and experience this trail. But, you know, the aspect of missing family kind of
starts getting on you. So 2 weeks. I haven't seen my wife and my kids, so anyway, got another 8 nights out here, so we are all determined to finish this trail and you know, see it through, do what we got to do, and hope you guys enjoy the rest. We'll see what beauty lies behind all the next corners and rises.
I'm gonna go ahead and dedicate this day to my grandmother. She was your typical Italian lady. She passed away back a few years ago, and I was really close to her, and her name was Rosemary. Love you, Grandma.
Climbing up to the top of Bear Ridge wasn't bad at all. Through some really amazing aspen groves, which are starting to just now change color. So with great views back up Bear Creek toward Marie Lake where we came from. This is kind of just forest walking, you know, up here on the ridge for a 1.5 miles or 2, something like that. And then we drop into Mono Creek to camp, so. Wow, the drop from Bear Ridge down to Mono Creek is monstrous. We are well over 50 switchbacks. I would guess it is at least 2,000 foot drop. I didn't think it was that much. I don't remember it being that much, but man, what a drop. But beautiful views all the way of the Silver Divide, and you go through these aspen meadows and ferns. And
all right, this is camp tonight, right next to Mono Creek by the bridge.
You could see the Bear Ridge we descended yesterday, pretty close to 2,000 feet down to the creek bottom. Man, that was gnarly, but it was still a beautiful walk. Anyway, another day, another pass, another 13, 14 miles to edge out. Woo! What a climb, huh?
Yeah, I'll say.
Beautiful.
Look at that view.
Nice. All right, I believe that is Silver Pass, right in that saddle. Kicking butt today, climbing up to it. All right, there is Selden Pass way in the distance, that big saddle center screen. That's where we came over into Marie Lakes a couple days ago. It's such an amazing view back. Awesome climbing up through this Silver Pass basin.
almost to the top of Silver Pass. It's right there above Greg. It's been an awesome day of hiking up from Mono to the pass here. The clouds have really rolled in. They're building pretty rapidly. It'd be cool if we got a little precipitation out of them. We'll see. Just a great day of hiking today. Love this pass. Let's go see what's on the other side. Oh yeah. There's Banner and Ritter. Look at that. Woo! Oh man, Cascade Valley. The Indian Lakes, look at that. Unbelievable. Right, we are making our way down off of Silver Pass, dropping into the head of Cascade Valley, and then we'll climb our way up into Tully Hole, and then into camp tonight at Lake Virginia. Guys are talking to us tonight. But look at the coloring. That storm is moving in on us too. So beautiful. This is what you hike for right here.
So we finally get to Virginia Lake, and a big lightning storm comes in. We got to, this beautiful night of entertainment, looking at the dark clouds and the lightning and the rumbles, and it's just spectacular. And we were like right on the fringe. It could have been a lot worse for us, moisture-wise, but we were right on the edge, and it really was pretty enjoyable.
Whoa! Whoa, dude. Wow, that was close.
Did you get it?
It pretty much rained all night, on and off, and as you can hear, it's still stormy out. Should be an interesting day though, walking 16 miles into Red's Meadow in a pretty good storm.
All right, we just left camp at Lake Virginia, and we didn't even get a quarter of a mile, and it just started dumping, and we heard a crack of thunder that was really close, so we're just kind of chilling under, taking refuge right now. We don't really want to be hiking around and kind of go over this bump and get any higher than we have to right now, so we're just kind of going to wait this cell out and see what happens. I have a feeling it's going to be a long day.
Hello?
Hey, baby.
Oh, there you are.
It was good hearing your voice. I'll be seeing you in about 6 days.
Okay.
Tell the kids I love them, and I'll see you shortly.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
I texted them through your inReach, you know, just quick updates, let them know I was okay, but to be able to make a phone call and talk to Sue and then talk to both of my daughters and my grandson, just, it was overwhelming.
It was good.
It's good talking to them, huh?
Yeah.
Hearing their voice.
Yeah.
What'd your grandson have to say, man?
He started school the other day, his first grade, and he loves his teacher and got a lot of friends from kindergarten in there, and he's happy. You know, everyone's happy, healthy. For some reason, they miss me. Yeah.
looks like Grandpa is a little happy too.
Yeah. I love talking to that little man. Brings a lot of joy to my life. A lot of joy.
The overall conversation was just keep going, you know, get it, go, just get to the end. And my older daughter, she knew I was struggling, and she was just like, just think, Dad, when you're done, the memories you'll have and the accomplishment that you have, so just push through the next day and take it day by day.
Today's a weird day. This section is probably my least favorite on the whole trail, but it does have its good things. I mean, you get phone reception for the first time. I got to talk to my wife. You know, it has its highlights. This morning when we left was really cool from Virginia with, you know, the rain had everything wet looking and the clouds in the sky and everything, so we got some really good views of Cascade Valley starting off, you know, and then this old growth redwood forest that we're walking through right now is really awesome. But for the most part, it doesn't hold a candle to anything that we've done so far. So almost there. Another couple miles. Another great day though on the JMT. First pavement in 200 miles, 15 days. Good job, boys. Red's Meadow, baby. We made it.
When we got to Red's Meadow and it was just empty. We were the only people there. They were done. They were closing in 2 days. And again, we lucked out with timing on that to where if we would have been 2 days later, we wouldn't even got our resupply. Campgrounds were closed because the forest was closed. So she was kind enough to let us just pitch on the deck of the laundry room right there, and she gave us free ice cream and just free food. Totally unexpected and a kind of a breath of fresh air. We were just relieved. Even though we didn't get our hamburger and our saturated fat on like we wanted to, there was a different aspect that made us all just happy and content with what she did for us that night.
There's Pat. She's been really awesome, really accommodating. You know, just a little bit goes a long way, and everything she's, all the hospitality she showed us today has been really great. So thankful for it. Thank you, Red's Meadow, and thank you, Pat. All right, we were at the junction where the JMT and the PCT separate for a little while, and they meet back up at Thousand Island Lake, which we will be meeting back up with tomorrow. Here we go, JMT, northbound to Garnet.
My hamstring was strained a little bit, and I thought, uh-oh. I was starting to worry because I didn't know if it was going to get worse or what. So we stopped and I wrapped it up with an ace bandage. And I just had, mentally, I kept thinking, God, what if this gets worse and I have to get off trail? And when you start thinking about getting off trail, you're not in a good spot mentally. And John was also having some issues mentally, and we just like, let's try and get through the day. And so I just threw it into low gear and just kept putting one foot in front of my other. And
there's two parts of the mental aspect, and there's the toughness mentally to get over a physical tough day, but then there's also the toughness mentally of missing your loved ones.
And it just hit me. 4 more nights. Such an epic journey, and it's coming to a close. It's been the hike of a lifetime. I'll never forget it. Tired of grinding every day. I want to see my family really bad. It's my kids, my wife, my dad. I know it's going to be over quick. And it's been a pleasure hiking with Greg and Randy. Had the greatest time with them. This will definitely be one of the best hiking experiences I've ever had. That was a grind today. It was a pretty tough day. First half of the day wasn't much at all, really, you know, relative to the rest of the trail. But when you come over and you see Garnet Lake with Banner and Ritter above it, that makes it all worth it.
The highlight of the trip was each night trying to find out what type of a 5-star campsite John was going to find for us.
This is our scene tonight from camp at Garnet Lake. Look at this scene this morning. That is unbelievable.
Some days, man, I was beat and tired and didn't really want to go for that extra journey to get down to where he thought would be the ideal campsite. But once I got talked into going down there and you saw where it was, you're like, oh, hell yeah, this is amazing.
Johnny 6-star. Just upgraded you, buddy. Nah, it doesn't get any better than this, dude. What we paid for, man. That was a good hike down here to get here.
you ready to walk into Yosemite today?
Sure.
Yeah!
Yosemite, here we go. Let's do it. It's been a long trip. Here we go.
By Garnet Lake.
Beautiful.
Banner.
Yep.
I'm tired. I'm hungry. I smell. My
Yes,
feet
you
hurt,
smell.
And I'm ready for more.
It started right when we woke up, basically. Just looking at Banner and Ritter and the reflection of the sun coming up on the lake, and then we leave camp and over a little bump and there's Emerald. Emerald is beautiful. And then you get to Thousand Island Lake. That's in a category all its own. I mean, there's very few sites along this trail that are as beautiful as Banner rising above Thousand Island Lake.
Since the beginning of the trip, I had pictured us walking into Happy Isles, which I think was almost detrimental to my emotional well-being, because I was thinking way too far ahead. And I think you just need to take it day by day instead of wishing the hike away. You just got to enjoy it.
Sometimes it does become a grind, but you know, like I told the guys, you just need to really enjoy it though, and know that you're going to be missing that as soon as the hike is done.
All right, we are now on our last part of this push to Donahue. It's right above us. Congrats, guys. You just walked from Mount Whitney to Yosemite.
You too, buddy. Yosemite, baby.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my God. What do you think, boys?
Woo! It's an accomplishment, man. Whitney to Yosemite.
Number 11, pass number 11.
Pass number 11. Woo! And now we're looking down towards Lyle Canyon. That's beautiful.
All right, we are dropping off Donahue Pass. It feels good to be in Yosemite. Quite an accomplishment. And we're gonna try to camp down there in Lyle Canyon. Hopefully we make it to that closest meadow way down there. That's our goal. Here we go, going into Yosemite. Yeah, baby.
And backpacking's not easy, man. There's a lot of grunting going on. Some days are harder than others, but you gotta like it. And clearly we like it. There's something about the beauty of it, the grind of it, the challenge of it, the unknown of it that calls to us.
What a beautiful valley to drop into. Awesome dropping into Lyle. This is our meadow. We are calling home tonight. And then up on those high peaks is where Donahue was. Lyle Creek, nice little brookies. They're beautiful, but they're little compared to the ones we've been catching in the bigger lakes. Nice. Nice little brooks though.
It is cold.
Whooper.
It is. This is the coldest night, I think, so far on the trip.
Oh my God.
And we're not even that high up, but we're below 10,000. It's really weird.
There you go.
Yeah, put that up.
Put it in your bed with you. Come on, man. Get out of there. It's all warm.
Throw your socks in there.
All right, we were making our way into Tuolumne Meadows. It was a cold start this morning. I mean, we started with our down jackets on, and I very rarely ever do that, but we're moving now. Tuolumne's on the radar. Just enjoying this beautiful Lyle Canyon on the way. Here we go, Tuolumne next. We're about to eat cold salad. Look at this.
Santa Fe chicken. Corn, chicken. And iceberg lettuce.
Oh yeah, baby. And I got the Caesar, chicken Caesar. Oh. And we're sitting down at a bench actually while we do it.
Not in the dirt.
Yeah. Ready for cathedral?
I'm ready. Good long break here. Refueled. Took a little nap. Let's move it on. Ready to get out of civilization again.
Yep. 2 more nights, buddy.
I can't wait.
You got to earn it. It's not like we were saying, not right off the trail. You got to kind of know they're there, or hope that what you're thinking of is going to be level enough to give you the view of the lake and the mountains. And it worked out for us. We had just a wonderful time camping.
It was just a perfect night. The sun hitting the Cathedral Peak and that big bowl that's right in front of the lake there, and that's hard to beat, that scenery.
Here's our view. I'll walk up to the lake here and show you guys the beautiful reflection of Cathedral Peak. I just caught the biggest fish of the trip, probably the biggest fish I've ever caught in the Sierra. Unbelievable browns out of here. What an amazing place. Cathedral Lakes. Beautiful camp tonight. Look at that reflection in those peaks. Unbelievable. Well, this is it. Our last full day on the trail already. Time is weird out here. Seems like it was a month ago, month and a half that we started this, but all at the same time. Feels like it was just yesterday. What a journey, you know. It's this is it though. I don't know what to say. It's been an incredible trek. Colonel?
Good morning.
Last full day, buddy.
It's bittersweet. Bittersweet. So much fun. Yet missing the loved ones, missing comforts. A hot meal, a warm bed, a big warm hug from my wife. But what an exhilarating 20 days. Beautiful, challenging, great camaraderie. Everything I was hoping for, and then some, and then some. But yeah, kind of somber right now. Happy yet sad. Happy to be going home, but sad that this is ending. And what a great final campsite as far as Johnny 5-star goes. The next one will be kind of uncertain. We're not really sure what we're going to do because of the water situation, but we're going to try and climb Clouds Rest today and see what happens after that as far as water. And then we're out tomorrow. So bittersweet, bittersweet, but a lot of happiness in here.
Quite the experience, you know. A couple times I was like ready to freaking look for the first trail out, and you know, you just suffer through it, and things get better, and then things get worse, and then they get better again. And here we are, almost to the end. I'm ready, but I'm not ready, you know, but it's something we can look back on for the rest of our lives and enjoy. And you know, the deeds of a young man are the memories of a man in his old age. So these are going to be some great memories, brother.
Woo! Let's go do our last day. Alright, we are approaching the Sunrise Junction. This is where we'll be leaving the JMT to go to Cloud's Rest. Wow, coming over the bump back there, right out of the lower Sunrise Lake, and seeing Cloud's Rest and Half Dome just makes it real, you know, it brings it home. And then passing by the sign right back there at the junction that had our last 3 destinations with mileages: Cloud Rest, Half Dome, Yosemite Valley. It's really hitting home now. This is it. This is the final stretch today, and then tomorrow morning, and I'll be walking out to my Jeep and this whole thing will be all over. Really surreal. Making our way up. We're almost to Cloud's Rest.
Baby. Yeah, baby.
Sadly, we woke up to a wall of smoke from apparently the new fire down in Sequoia. And we're sitting here smelling the smoke going, no, we don't want to climb Half Dome in this smoke. So we are calling it quits. Gonna pack up and head out to finish the JMT.
All right, we're just cooking down the trail. We've already passed Little Yosemite. We're almost to the top of Nevada Falls. Not really getting much. You know, how much more can I get, you know, that I haven't gotten over the last 20 days? So anyway, we're almost to the finish line. We got Nevada Falls and Vernal Falls coming up, and then pretty much walk through the finish line. So here we go.
You're a little bit sad because you like the remoteness, you liked, you know, what we had done was really, really cool, and now you're like slowly being reintroduced back to society and people and the insanity that's going on.
Those guys, you know, what we went through together. What do you say? I mean, it's a memory of a lifetime. One of the best times I've ever had in my life.
Unless you spend 20 days with 2 other people in the middle of nowhere, you know, you build that bond and knowing that, you know, that's coming to an end for now, hopefully. It's kind of sad.
To have John and Greg as my backpacking buddies. We sure have a lot of fun. This is not the last trip we're going to do. We got more on the horizon, but I really appreciate the camaraderie, the support while on trail.
Here we go, 3 more miles left. But beautiful views on these last 3 miles. There's Half Dome, and there's Liberty Cap, and Nevada Falls. What a finish.
Elation, sadness, knowing it was over was kind of sad. Sense of accomplishment was awesome.
You know, just to look into each other's face and see the excitement to have completed the JMT, and also, you know, the excitement of, wow, we get to go home now and see our loved ones.
1 more mile, baby.
1 more mile, then what?
We're home.
Take these packs off our back and these boots off our feet.
Let's do it, man.
Ooh,
what a trip. 1 more mile.
You miss your family so much, you want to get home, but at the same time, you know that one of the best experiences you've ever had is coming to an end. So it's just such a weird mixture of emotions when you walk through that finish line, and we all felt it.
I couldn't imagine doing that trail alone. Couldn't imagine. I mean, for some people, I'm sure it's a way to find themselves, but to have your support and Randy's support, and we kind of just fed off each other.
You step back and you really think about what you did and all the ups and downs and the beauty, the camaraderie, and it was just a really special 20 days for all 3 of us, and I will have some fond memories for the rest of my life of that experience.
You have a hike like that, all the experiences that you just went through, all the highs and lows, physically, mentally, the bond I built with Randy and Greg, everything we shared together, and then suddenly in an instant, it's over. It's tough.
Where'd you go? How far have you been?
Unbelievable, guys. We love you guys, man.
Me too, man.
Where are we going next?
Pizza and beer, baby. Let's do it. Woo! JMT 2021 in the books.
Mama's gonna be happy your teeth is still here.
It's a cold, cold night. Everybody's gone home except for you and I, dancing slow. I'm not saying it makes sense, only that it's the truth. Sometimes when we don't mean to love, we still do. I'm on the bigger and better now or never way of thinking, way of feeling. I'm on the stronger and tougher, harder and rougher, and I feel good the way we all should as we roll through this life, loving as much as we can. I'm alright with this bigger and better way I'm believing. Now you're lying next to me, your arm across my chest. You have always known it's what I like best. How it was that we got here is none of my concern. I only know what you mean to me as the nighttime turns. Today, like it wasn't gonna be okay. I'm on a bigger and better now or never way of thinking, way of feeling. I'm on the stronger and tougher, harder and rougher, and I feel good the way we all should as we roll through this life, loving as much as we can. I'm alright with this bigger and better way I'm believing. I'm on the bigger and better now or never way of doing things. I'm on the stronger